Yo, yo, yo. It is your boy Jed Sanders here. And we got UFC 327 coming up right around the mother corner. And although we lost a good fight in Joshua Van and Taira Tatsuro, or I might have said the name. I don't give a fuck. I ain't Japanese. But listen, we got Yuri Prohaska fighting Carlos Olberg in the main event for the vacant light heavyweight title. Also, we got Azamat Murzakunov fighting Paulo Costa. Costa making his debut in light heavyweight. We're a little worried for it, bro, but it is what it is. And of course, Dominic Reyes fighting Johnny Walker. But before any of that, we got to get started with our boy Cub Swanson fighting Nate Landwehr. Now, some of y'all don't know this, but Cub Swanson been around since the WEC days. Now, that was before UFC even had a featherweight division. That was before they had little dudes out here. But you know what? Cub is a true pioneer. He done been there, done that, and he been here from the beginning. And he's fighting Nate the Train Landwehr. So, this is supposed to be Cub's final fight, his retired fight, I guess. And let's be real, man. Cub is coming off of a knockout win over Billy Quarantillo, who was supposed to be like, I don't call him like next up, but like, you know, he's a young prospect, right? But this dude is 3-3 in his last 6. Only losing to dudes like Andre Fili and Jonathan Martinez. So, like, you know, it's not like he's losing to some fucking nobody, man. But, man, this dude, Cub, bro, I think, look, hold up. Nate Landwehr, his last fight, he's on a 2-fight skid, and one of those is a knockout loss to Doo Ho Choi. Now, we know Doo Ho Choi's best performance was against Cub Swanson. Maybe not his best performance, but his best fight. The fight that you say Doo Ho Choi, you immediately think of Cub Swanson. And we know who won that fight. So, in this one, I'm going to take Cub Swanson to get the knockout in the second round. I'm going to say second round TKO for Cub Swanson against Nate Landwehr. If not, maybe a decision. So, but I got my boy Cub, man. I don't see him losing his retirement fight, especially with that knockout he got, man. I don't think Cub's gone, man. I think he gonna get this win. So let's go, Cub. Next up, we got Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Nah, these two dudes, man. So, Johnny Walker, bro, this dude's been fucking murdered by Volkan Ozdemir. And then Ankalaev also kind of killed him. But this dude, he got the goofiest knockout from fucking Jamal Hill. So, this dude Walker, bro, I feel like every time I watch this dude fight, he gets his ass kicked. Well, except for that one time he fought Ming Yang, who we all thought was going to knock out Johnny Walker. But Johnny Walker showed him, man, hey, yo, my experience is better than yours. So, he's coming off of a win, upset win, actually. And Reyes, before his knockout loss to Carlos Olberg, this dude was on a 3-fight knockout winning streak. All those were by knockout, man. So, he was coming back. He was making a big comeback, run back to the fucking belt. But he got stopped by Olberg. Younger fighter, stronger fighter. But you know what? Olberg is not nobody to be ashamed of losing to. He also got knocked out by fucking Yuri Prohaska, who's fighting for the belt. So, you know, the only loss that I still am like, man, how you do that? Is to Ryan Spann, man. But, you know, he went down bad on his shit after he didn't get the decision to John Jones, which he should have fucking got. I don't care who you are, where you from. John Jones lost those first 3 rounds. You could say he dominated the last 2. Try to be like, oh, the championship rounds matter the most. Usually you're fucking bullshitting and you're lying, boy. Just keep on getting cut by Dana White. But anyways, I got Dominic Reyes getting the first round knockout against Johnny Walker. I see Walker going in there with his goofy ass doing some goofy shit and getting caught. So I'm going to take Reyes to get the finish in the first round. Next up, man, we got Curtis Blades fighting Josh Hockett. Now, this fucking dude Hockett, bro, he's already being a weird, cringy dude. He's making everybody uncomfortable at the press conference. He's out here trying to be the fucking Timu Macho Man Randy Savage. So, he's trying to be somebody that can sell. He wants to be somebody that the UFC can sell. They're going to cut this promo and fucking advertise it everywhere. And, you know, it's good for him, but it's also the way he's coming about is very WWE-like, and it doesn't feel genuine, you know. Bro started doing a weird Mexican accent. It's like, bro, you're not Mexican. Just stop. Just stop. You're being fucking weird. But, anyways, Blades is coming off of a win against, fucking Kuniev, fucking steroid cheating ass motherfucker. For some reason got signed to the UFC without fighting anybody that wasn't unranked, but somehow got a fucking ranked fight against Curtis Blades. So, he's coming off that win. I'm so glad he won that fight. I knew he was going to win that fight. I told people that he was going to win that fight. I might not have made a video on it, but I know I told somebody about that shit. So, anyways, Hockett, too. He's coming off of a knockout win. 2 knockouts so far in the UFC, and that's impressive. But something that I have noticed in this UFC heavyweight division is when it comes to the heavyweights, experience matters. Now, for example, like the Kuniev fight, bro, they tried pushing this Kuniev guy so hard to fight. Blade shut it down. Same with Jolton Almeida. He shut Jolton Almeida down. Like, I think this is going to be a levels, like Josh Hockett might hurt him. He might tag him a couple times. But I think Blades will wrestle. I think he'll take him down. I think he'll take him to deep waters. I think he's going to drown Josh. And I'm going to take Blades by unanimous decision. I think he's going to push Hockett all the way. And it's going to be good for Hockett. Because he need a little bit of ass kicked. So just to set him down, like, hey, bro, there's levels here, man. We gotta remember that. So no matter how good you sell in this fight, if you're not leveling up, you know, who the fuck cares, right? But anyways, after that fight, we got this dude Azamat Murzakunov fighting Paulo Costa, who's making his light heavyweight debut. Now, man, so they do not like Paulo Costa. They don't. They just don't like, bro. Because who the fuck decided that this would make sense? Azamat Murzakunov is going to knock out Paulo Costa in the first round. This dude's got 12 wins by knockout, bro. 12 wins. And Paulo Costa's last win was Kopylov. And before that, he lost to Strickland. He got knocked out by Izzy, and you're going to expect me to think that he's not going to get knocked out by Azamat? Man. I think they could have given him a better matchup for light heavyweight. I don't know the rankings in the top of my head, but I just feel like there was a better matchup there somewhere. But, you know, fuck it. We got it. Paulo Costa taking on Azamat. I think Azamat's going to knock him out in the first round. Hey, this dude's fucking sleeping people like crazy. I think he's going to sleep Paulo Costa. So, after that, we got our main event between Yuri Prochazka and Carlos Oberg. Now, we got to clear the room here about Yuri, all right? Yuri Prochazka's only loss in the UFC is to fucking Alex Pereira. He's beaten everybody else that he's fought except for Alex Pereira. All right? Now, before that, the whole belt being vacant, the fight between Glover and Hill was due to, or was it, I forgot who it was. I think Yuri vacated it to basically not hold up the division. And so that's why you ended up with Hill versus Pereira later on, or Pereira versus Yan or something. I think it was Pereira versus Yan, and then Pereira versus Yuri, and then Pereira versus Hill, and then, yeah. So it was a little fucking wonked up a little bit, but it all got straightened up once Pereira beat Yuri twice. So, but again, that's the only person that Yuri's lost to in the UFC. As far as it goes for Oberg, though, his only loss was to Nishikuwu, Kennedy Nishikuwu, I believe is how it's pronounced. But since that, he's been on a 9-fight win streak. And I gotta say, he's been looking fucking good. Although he had a really close fight with Jan Blachowicz. It was a little too close. You know, I see how he won, but it's one of them, it could have gone anyway. But, of course, they need fresh faces for the division. That's what they want. So they gave it to Oldberg, and now he's sitting here for the vacant title fight with Yuri. And if I'm being honest, dude, I don't see Oldberg winning this fight. I think Yuri's gonna be too much for Oldberg, and I think he's gonna get a knockout. I think maybe a first or second round knockout. I think Yuri's gonna get this win. Actually, nah, let's go against it. I said knockouts on all these except for one of them. I'm going to say Yuri gets a submission, dog. Let's go for a submission for Yuri, bro. Let's get a second round sub, bro. I'd love to see that. But anyways, other than that, for funsies, there's a lot of people fighting on this card that I'm actually pumped for. So, like, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to say who I think is going to win in this fight. So, I got Kevin Holland beating Randy Brown. I'm going to say that. I think Kevin Holland will beat Randy Brown. I think Pitbull is going to beat Aaron Pico. And I also take Gamrot to dominate Ribovich. So, I'm not putting these in as big ones, but if they're right, I'm counting it as a fucking one that I got right. If I got it wrong, then, I'll count it as wrong too, because I got to be fair in here, man. We got to play fair, right? So, anyways, that's it. Oh, hey, yo, my boy Chris Padilla, my boy Chris Taco Padilla fighting this weekend, man. Y'all better tune in and watch this dude, bro. Hey, look, I'll tell you right now, man. This dude put down for the raza, so I'm going for bro, man. I don't even know who he fighting. I'm just going for dog anytime he fights. So, let's go, Chris. Hell yeah. Let's go for that. But, anyways, y'all like and subscribe, and y'all comment, y'all tell me what y'all think, who's gonna win, who ain't gonna win, or whatever. Y'all tell me, call me casual, I don't give a fuck, because I'm only here doing this for fun. So, anyways, y'all know what it is. Like and subscribe, and until next time, peace.